So just, I mean, it's, purely made up, right? 3 hour shopping ends with $300. So how many hours would a person shop that ends with 150? Now we know since the number of dollars goes down, that the number of hours shopping probably went up in this case, right? Now this goes back to there's a formula they say with K, right? And they say K equals X times Y, and K is what they call the inverse, the constant of inverse variation. So all numbers are related. If you multiply the two numbers, no matter what they are, you'll always get this value. So, which is why they say it's constant. But they gave us a scenario first, right? And it doesn't really matter which is which, whether you say the hours is X or the hours is Y, even though usually hours is independent, which is why it's X, and then the dollars in this case would be Y. Or in other words, the number of dollars you end up with will depend on how many hours you shop. So I'm gonna kind of go with that technicality and say that the 3 is the X, the 3 hours, and then the Y is how many dollars you get. So K in this case, 3 times 300, bam, 900. Now we don't need a label for the K just because it's a constant. Again, whatever X and Y values we get, it needs to equal 900. Now the other formula they gave us on this one is that usually they'll say, well, Y equals, K over X. K over X. It's just, in this case, we got $150. So I actually don't want to kind of write it like this. What I would rather do is if we just remember that K equals X times Y, K equals X times Y, and we know that we said that X is hours and Y is dollars, then we go into the same formula. Now that we know the K though, right? The K is 900. Right here, that's K. Well, it's still 900. It hasn't changed, even though the values have changed, right? But the $150, again, would say dollars is a Y value. So I replace the Y value with 150. And this creates an equation that we just need to solve at this point by dividing both sides by 150 so that it becomes a phantom 1 right there. And it does. And yeah, I don't know what 900 divided by 150 is. It's actually going to be a decent number, I think. 6. So 6 hours. Now, you may have noticed, right, that 6 is 3 times 2, right? Well, why is that? It's because you did 300 divided by 2 to get 150. So it's kind of the opposite of proportion, where you say whatever you do to one, you got to do the other, because they change proportionally. But in this case, they're changing inversely. So like where we said the hours, the dollars, right? Where we said, hey, you divided this one by 2 to get 150. The other one you'd have to multiply by 2. That's that inverse variation relationship that they are. So 6 hours definitely makes sense, even though it probably doesn't make sense directly though.